here's where I think a lot of fans, you're in this like old traditional basketball head. We saw Steven Silas. He felt like it was mandatory that this was 1985 and I have to have a real center out on the floor at all times. They are going to move to when Şengün is out of the game. Jabari, I feel like for the most part, because I've heard Udoka say they mentioned him 4-5, 4-5, either him or Ben Sullivan. One of those two guys mentioned Jabari 4-5. If they're thinking 4-5 with Jabari, that means he's going to be playing most of the center position, not Jock Landale. And I believe that Tari Eason is going to be in a 3-man big rotation. So he's going to be the 4 whenever Jabari or Şengün's with them out there. And that's what I believe is going to be the main one, unless there's a particular matchup where Jock Landale makes sense. I think he's there for matchups.
Where does Tate fit into this?
For me, I would say Tate might get some spot minutes here and there, maybe in that 3, 4, 5 role. In that situation, somebody gets in foul trouble, but I don't think that it's necessity that Tate needs to play a few minutes every night. And I think just Tate's lack of shooting on a team that lacks shooting to begin with is real tough to put out there. You're going to have Şengün and Ahmed Thompson, who aren't going to shoot that well. And Dylan Brooks, for all his faults, if you can just limit him from taking the bad shots, he's not terrible out there. He's not as bad as I think a lot of people might perceive him. It's just the type of shots that he takes. Van Vliet will start, instead of taking these, shots in the first 3 or 4 seconds, these long shots. Or I thought from looking at his shot selection with Toronto, it seemed like he was taking shots that he didn't need to. He's a really good shooter if you have him taking the right shots. And I think Udoka is going to tell him, like, we don't want you taking these type of shots. And that's the way I think it's going to set up.
You're listening to Houston Sports Talk.